It was Christmas. The table was set, the wine was poured, and the laughter danced around the edges of the room like fragile glass. I was wearing a floral maxi dress. It wasn't new, but I felt good in it. For the first time in months, maybe even since I gave birth, I felt presentable, maybe even beautiful. My sister-in-law looked up from her plate and smiled. "You look great in that dress," she said. Before I could say thank you, my husband's voice cut across the warmth like a blade. "I agree," he said. "It looks nice on you. Though I have to admit that your waist could get smaller than this." The silence that followed was immediate, heavy, awkward, like someone had pulled the music plug from a party mid-song. I don't know what came over me. I stood up. My chair scraped the floor with a sharp, almost violent sound. My chest was tight. My voice shook, but it didn't falter. "Shut the up about my body." The words ripped through the air. I didn't whisper them. I didn't temper them. I let them roar. My husband's eyes widened. His family froze. Some mouths dropped open. Others looked down at their plates, pretending the turkey needed immediate attention. But the thing is, this wasn't about that one comment. This wasn't about Christmas. It wasn't even about the dress. It was about months of being torn down, one observation at a time. It started small, subtle, like the day I wore my favorite old top, soft, worn, something I used to wear when we'd go out for brunch on Sundays. I walked out of the bedroom, and he looked at me with a tilted head and said, "Oh, that top used to look really good on you. Not anymore, though." He laughed when he said it, like it was just a passing thought, like it didn't feel like a slap to the face. Then came the other observations. "Wow, didn't know your waist could get this wide. Your face looks different, softer, rounder." "It's just something I noticed," he'd say. But what he was doing wasn't noticing. It was needling. Slowly, steadily, digging into the skin I no longer felt comfortable in. I had just had our son. My body had done something miraculous, something brutal, something sacred. But instead of being honored, it was being measured, evaluated, judged. At first, I told myself I was being sensitive, hormonal, maybe even insecure. I gave him grace, too much grace. I let it slide, thinking, hoping it was a phase. But the comments didn't stop. They escalated. And worse, they started slipping into conversations with friends, with his family, as if my postpartum body had become open for public review. Like it was okay to point out what had changed, what had gone downhill. I swallowed it all. I smiled when I didn't want to. I avoided mirrors. I stopped wearing things I used to love. I told myself I was healing, that I had to focus on our baby, not my reflection. But every time he looked at me with that judgment, every time he let those words fall out of his mouth, another piece of me chipped away. And that night, in front of his family, I shattered. He stormed out of the house, said I embarrassed him, said I made a scene over nothing, sent me a nasty text saying I was childish, that I should get therapy for my insecurities, that I had verbally abused him, that I scared his family. Scared them? I was the one who'd been scared. Scared to wear certain clothes. Scared to gain another pound. Scared to even feel good in my own skin, in case he decided to make another observation. After he left, the room was quiet. My mother-in-law cleared the plates without making eye contact. My sister-in-law asked if I needed water. I just sat there, still, trembling, humiliated, but also a little bit free. Because here's the truth. I didn't ruin Christmas. He did. Every time he made a comment about the body that carried his child, that bled and stretched and broke to bring our son into this world, he chipped away at something sacred. And when I finally snapped, that wasn't the beginning of a problem. That was the breaking point of one that had been ignored for far too long. He told me I need therapy. Maybe I do, but not for my body, not for my emotions, not for speaking out. Maybe I need therapy to unlearn the idea that I should accept cruelty when it comes wrapped in politeness, that it's my job to smile through humiliation, that I should apologize for defending my worth, because I'm done apologizing for being human. So, am I the asshole? Sometimes, the most dangerous words aren't screamed. They're whispered, coded in fake concern, masked as love. Sometimes abuse doesn't show up as a bruise. It shows up as a chuckle, a shrug, a casual observation that chips away at your soul. This story isn't just about a holiday dinner gone wrong. It's about a woman who was slowly erased in her own home, in her own skin, by the person who was supposed to love her the most. And when she finally roared, the world called it a scene. But maybe the real scene was what happened in silence for months. The invisible unraveling. So here's our question to you. Our AITA Story Vault community. Have you ever let something slide too long, thinking it was small, only to realize it was changing you? Drop a comment, share your truth. And if you've ever been told to stay quiet, we invite you to speak louder, because your body, your voice, and your story deserve more than silence.